Just this week, we took action to force Illinois into compliance with the Welding Amendment and stop making healthcare providers refer for abortions. That was a big one. And as the president knows better than anybody, if we want to convince more Americans to choose life, we must also choose policies that make family life possible. So we've done that as well. With the Trump accounts, we started at the very beginning of life, investing in every new American child from day one onward. We've stood with parents by boosting the child tax credit as well, because no family should be penalized for choosing to have kids. In fact, we ought to be rewarding for families for choosing to have kids. And when Usha and I were having the debate about whether we were going to have a fourth kid, I said, honey, we've got an expanded child tax credit and we've got the Trump accounts. We got to take advantage of this stuff. We're restoring homeownership for real families, and you may not think this is connected to the pro-life cause, but when we ensure that real families, moms and dads, instead of Wall Street, have access to American homes, we help create that important culture of life. And the thing that I'm perhaps the most proud of is that we have been responsible stewards of your tax dollars on this question of life. And so, just yesterday, this administration launched fraud investigations into Planned Parenthood affiliates. For millions of dollars in PPP loans that were unlawfully received and unlawfully forgiven by the Biden administration. You should not be able to commit fraud and use taxpayer money for abortion. It's that simple. At many of our departments, we've reinstated a ban on the use of fetal tissue in federal research. That's another big one. And this is something we're so proud of. We're returning accountability to our foreign policy as well. Under Joe Biden, it was the policy of the United States to export abortion and radical gender ideology all around the world. That is what they did with your tax money. They would relentlessly bully developing countries into parroting their far-left views. But under President Trump's leadership and with our great Secretary of State, we believe that every country in the world has the duty to protect life. And that it's not our job as the United States of America to promote radical gender ideology. It's our job to promote families and human flourishing. Now that's why we've completely realigned U.S. foreign aid and turned off the tap for NGOs whose sole purpose is to dissuade people from having kids. It's why we rejoined the Geneva Consensus Declaration to promote maternal health and strong families all over the world. And it's why we speak up when other nations throw pro-life and pro-family advocates in prison for silent prayer, which we've seen way too much, but it's got to stop. And today, our administration is proud to announce a historic expansion of the Mexico City policy. We're going to start blocking every international GO that performs or promotes abortion abroad from receiving $1 of U.S. money. Now, we're expanding this policy to protect life, to combat DEI, and the radical gender ideologies that prey on our children. And with these additions, the rule will now cover every non-military foreign assistance that America sends. All in all, we have expanded the Mexico City policy about 3 times as big as it was before, and we're proud of it because we believe in fighting for life. And a lot of you may know that under the Biden administration, they used Medicaid and other programs to launder your tax dollars into abortion money all over the United States of America.